We are back. We are back. We are back. Please like the video on your way in. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. Very, very important. Let's grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers as quick as possible. Make sure your notification bells too are turned on. It's been a very eventful week for Arsenal fans and Arsenal faithfuls around the globe. But for the first time in a long time, Arsenal seem to be doing the business, especially in the transfer window. I've never seen Arsenal in my few years of watching and supporting Arsenal go this aggressive in the first few weeks of the transfer window. It's not even yet July. We've gotten Kai Havertz sorted in, officially signed. We are close to rounding up the Declan Rice deal, and we are close to rounding up the Timber deal. And it looks like we might add one or two more. So I'm excited for the coming season, regardless of what the mainstream media, some of the fans, the anti-Arsenal fans, the rivals saying, no, this signings Arsenal has made can actually close the gap. Why don't you wait? Right? You can have your opinion, even though I disagree that your logic is flawed. The quality signings that Arsenal are making could actually bridge the gap. Before we go into the meat and bones of the conversation of the content today, do me a favor again. Let me show you guys something. I want you to do this for me. Wait. Please like the video. Very, very important. Like the video on your way in. If you are watching this on a playback, make sure you like the video. Extremely, extremely important. So let's start from the Declan Rice update. So let's go to Declan Rice update very, very quickly. Let me share my screen. So this is Riz Nelson, don't worry. Let's take it up. Make sure you like the video on your way in. You're watching the playback, make sure you like the video. So let's listen to David Ornstein, who was actually the first person to break the news of our first offer, the second offer. He wasn't the one that broke the news when we agreed the deal, but let's listen to what David has to tell us regarding the updates.
All parties are working towards a compromise. So Arsenal need to get that structure of payments in place. Having had a fee accepted, I suspect they will do what they need to do. And this should get wrapped up in due course. It might not be tomorrow or imminently, but I imagine so in the next days or next week. And Arsenal will get the man who is absolutely central to their and Mikel Arteta's project.
Fantastic update from David. Even though the deal, has, let me take this out.
Having had a fee accepted, I suspect they will do what they need to do.
Yes, I need to pause it. Okay. we build as a fly. Sorry about that. So David's giving us the latest update. There are conflicting reports in the media about, the deal has not been finally signed off, even though West Ham and Arsenal have actually agreed a fee. There is no problem about we've actually agreed a fee, but the structure of payment has not been agreed. So there are a few details to be ironed out so that the deal can actually be watertight. And there is optimism from the West Ham camp and the Arsenal camp that both clubs can find a compromise and resolve the deal 100%, and permission can be given to Declan Rice to go and have a medical at Arsenal, and the proper documentations can be signed. So do not panic, the deal will get done. We know how the media like to report these kind of things. They'll report in a way that it gives you guys a little bit of anxiety. Like I always say, if you cannot deal with the anxiety of the transfer window, do not follow it. It will get you. It's going to trigger you. Let's be real. If you're not strong-minded and you're easily moved by emotions and you emote so much, the stress and the anxiety that comes with the transfer window is not healthy for you. So understand, even though a lot of Arsenal fans are excited, because we are moving like a big club, and we are moving aggressively, even though it's not yet close to preseason. The anxiety is still there. See, Declan Rice deal will get done, in my opinion. The update of the fact that we've not actually agreed the final details of the payment structure, those are minor things that will get done. So you do not need to fidget. There's no need for you to get anxious about that. So let's go to the next news, which is the youngster. According to reports, Nwaneri, the youngster, remember the 15-year-old kid that Arsenal played? Arsenal actually gave some minutes to during our away victory at Brentford. Someone can remember the boy with the bags of potential has actually agreed a deal with Arsenal. So let's go and find out news and let us actually look at it together. Yes, this is it. It's an Nwaneri. So if you look at this, you can see it right here. Let me share my screen so you guys can see it. So according to reports, 1801 area has been okay. No, that's not how I want it. Let's go to David. David give us a more comprehensive update about it. So 1801 area has committed future to Arsenal by signing scholarship terms plus agreeing pro deal when turned 17. Major interest from other clubs, but 16-year-old never wanted to leave. Lifelong Arsenal fan and Islington born bred. Huge boost for the Gunners. Now, I remember there was news that Chelsea, Manchester City, top clubs around Europe were actually interested in this kid. They wanted him. Now, I was kind of indifferent that if he wanted to go, I will not be too mad because the pathway to actually gain minutes in the new Arsenal will be very difficult. Let's be real. I know he's a talented kid, very talented, but when you're competing in Man City for the league, I'm sorry, you do not have minutes to give to young talented kid unless you're on the level of Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm sorry, we cannot be giving minutes to keep certain players who are quote unquote talented kids. I like him. I think he has a bright future, but I'm sorry. The new Arsenal is on a different trajectory. We cannot be allocating minutes to youngsters. So I was kind of indifferent. If he wanted to stay, I would love it. And if he had gone to Manchester City or the likes of Chelsea, I will not mind. I will not mind. I will not mind. Shout out to Gaming SCG for coming through. The club is on the right path. Yeah, definitely. We can see how aggressive we're moving in the transfer window. Definitely the club is on the right path. Fans need to understand that even though the club has not been on this path for the last 10 years, you can blame the Kroenkes partially, but they didn't own the club at that time. So you can't expect them to 100% invest when they don't own the club. Like, nobody in their right senses invests 100% something they don't own. So we can give them that leeway. But since they own the club 100%, they've been investing. Now, they might not invest in large scale, the likes of Chelsea and Manchester City are doing, but they are doing their best within the confines of their finances. So we need to actually put context into these conversations when we're having them. You can't be saying them, oh, let us invest the way Man City invested. They are not. See, the Kroenkes are not Qataris, right? They don't have the wealth of a nation funded club. They don't have that wealth, but within the millionaire circle and what they have, they are doing their best, and I think their best with a bit of creativity, we can actually compete with the likes of Manchester City and the likes. So we need to be patient and sensible when having these conversations about investing in the club. So sometimes these conversations be very, very blunt. These conversations be very, very what would be the right thing? it depends on who we're having conversations with, right? We need to apply context. We need to apply objectivity in having conversations, because I hear all the time, oh, the Kroenkes are billionaires, so they have to invest all their money in the club. Come on, it doesn't work like that. They have other sporting franchises they need to invest in. Like, if they were investing without being constructive, they will not be billionaires and have the kind of finances they have right now. So let us apply context. I know most of us don't have that kind of money, and we've not done business at that level. But at the same time, you can do your research and read and understand how things go, even though you might not be at that level at present time. So regarding Nwaneri, right? Let's stick on Nwaneri. Like I said, I like the fact that he has signed. I am not convinced he will make it into the starting 11 or the squad every weekend, because we do not have charity minutes to spare. We are trying to win the league, and we have to play our best players. So, shout out to Gaming ACJ. I would love to join you on your live show if it's okay. I'm a Ghanaian watching from China. You want me to send you the link? Let me see. Let me see if I can drop the link for you. So I just dropped the link for Gaming ACJ. I've dropped the link. So you're watching from China. That's great. Ghanaian watching from China. That's great. Give me a minute. So, like I said, I'm happy for what's his name, Nwaneri, for signing, and let's see how progressive he will be with the Arsenal team. So let's go from Nwaneri, right? Let's go from Nwaneri to Timber, Yuri Timber. So let me remove this. Yuri Timber. I see, last season, Yuri Timber was supposed to be going to Manchester United, but for some reason, that deal was not agreed. For some reason, and Manchester United could not agree a fee with. They could not agree a fee. Give me a minute. They couldn't agree a fee with Manchester United. And instead of Yuri Timber, Manchester United actually went for a defensive partner in Lisandro Martinez. And we're actually linked with Lisandro Martinez before Manchester United went for him. We couldn't agree a fee because all the right time. Ajax were trying to play a fast one on us. They were trying to play a fast one on us, and we refused to pay exorbitantly for what's it called? We refused to pay the fee Ajax was asking for Lisandro Martinez, and instead we went with. Give me a minute. It seems like I have someone in the background. Okay, let me add him. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
How you doing?
Yes, I can.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm
You're an Arsenal fan?
Man, born and bred Arsenal fan, man.
Oh, if you don't mind, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been supporting Arsenal?
Since, if I have to go back, because my mom was a Liverpool fan, so I think at the age of 8.
Oh,
because that was when I started to understand what game. Football, yes, the game. So I think 8, and from there on, Arsenal. man, you don't know my love for Arsenal, man.
That's great. Because I started watching. I think who drew to Arsenal was Kanu. When Kanu actually was when Arsenal bought Kanu, I started watching him, and that was it. That was it.
I remember. Was it? Because I started following Kanu when he was in Ajax, 1996.
Okay.
You know, so when I heard he was moving to Arsenal, I was like, man. And I also think, you know, like the core reason why I fell so much in love with Arsenal is, you see, you look at certain teams and you want to belong. Yeah. Sure. So my mom was a Liverpool fan, but it was because of what is this Jamaican guy? Banks.
Oh, Banks.
Banks. Good. So looking at Arsenal then, when I was like, Arsenal, because people around me were all Man U fan, my cousins. I was like, Arsenal, and then it was Ian Wright.
Okay, I'm listening.
It was Ian Wright. I was like, I like the way this guy plays. He's just, and secondly, he's a black guy, you know. So I was like, okay, now I found my love for, and then since then, Arsene Wenger coming in, I consider him as my dad. Like, he's everything. Like, my knowledge in football is because of Arsene Wenger.
Okay, let me ask you something. I respect Arsene Wenger, right? So what do you think about his last 5 years at Arsenal? I love Arsene Wenger, right? I think in the first 10 years, was it 10 years? The first 7 years, fantastic. Yeah. Then the last 5 years was kind of like, I respect you, but you overstaying at this party.
Let me tell you something. You see, let me go with my Arsenal way. Yeah.
Okay.
See, this is my Arsenal. But anyway, I love us at his latter years, and this was my explanation to a lot of people. Don't look at, if you can take the football side, but take it personally. You've watched something grow, or you've come in, you've developed something. And that was the problem with Arsene Wenger. He was like, he's a father who loves his son so much. Everybody keep telling him, just let him be. He has gone off the rails, just let him be. It is time for him, you as a father, to focus on yourself and then leave. You understand? Arsene Wenger took Arsenal like, no matter what, I know my time is up in your life, but I cannot let you go. You understand what I mean? The love was so deep. And let me give you an example. Look at his loyalty to some of the players. When you consider other teams, or you factor other teams, somebody like Abu Dhabi, with all the talent, they would have sold him without any loyalty or any love behind. They wouldn't even care. He might go somewhere and become extremely good.
Okay, right? Let me ask you a question. I'm sorry to interrupt you. See, don't think that sometimes you can be loyal to a fault? See, I'm a loyal person.
Sure.
I like loyalty.
I'm not.
You can be loyal to a fault, and I think Arsene Wenger
was
loyal to a fault.
Yes, and that I agree with you. But I'm just trying to say that he got too blind. That's the fault you are talking about, where he should have gone like, listen, I've come for you and saved my reputation. You understand?
Okay.
That was where I felt it got to a point. I felt like, listen, it is time for you to go, because I was hurting myself.
Okay.
I'm telling you, if I'm in China, let me tell you a funny story. I watch football alone. My wife, she's Chinese, doesn't understand any football, right?
Okay.
And I sit and watch alone. Sometimes, even this past season, when we lost against Brighton, I couldn't sleep. And the time we watch the games here, finish at maybe sometimes, depending on the time, 1, 2, 3 midnight.
Oof.
Or sometimes 11, depending on the time we play. And I don't have if I don't call a cousin of mine and we rant and whatever on the phone, I'm alone and I cannot sleep.
No outlet for you to vent.
So during the Arsene Wenger time, which I had the opportunity to watch the team when they came to Shanghai.
Yeah.
Right. During that time, I agree with some of the things, just that I felt some of the abuse was over the board. You understand? Because yes, he's trying to help the club. At the same time, he should have left. But I feel like had he left, things would have been worse. That is my take. That is my
opinion.
Because it's my opinion. Let me explain this. Let me explain it a little bit. Look at Saints when he left. Okay, somebody will say the damage has been caused already, so the people that came after him would have difficulties in
let's be real, right? Arsene Wenger left a debris.
Okay, so let me say this. Let me say this to you. The problem we are having now, the joy we are having now, quote unquote, in quotes,
Yeah, I understand.
It is because finally the Kroenkes have taken full control.
Okay.
But when Arsene Wenger was there, and it got to the time where 90% or 95% of the fans were trying to push him away, the Kroenkes were not fully in control.
Sure,
it was still divided.
That's what we say.
Good. So
there's context in everything. You can't say, the Kroenkes were invested. Like, if you don't own something 100%, I'm not investing. If it was me, I'm not investing. If I don't own it 100%, I am not.
And that is where I also support the Kroenkes a little bit, because I don't call it selfish, but rich people, they hate sharing success.
Even poor people, we're all selfish to certain things. So it's a human thing.
Thank you.
It's a human thing.
Thank you. But hey, like the first message I sent to you, like, I'm happy with the deals we are doing now. I'm happy. And I can see.
Let's have a conversation. Let's start. Since we started on this one, let's start like this. So now let me ask you a direct question, because I've been doing content for over a year, and what I see is on some content creators' channel, mainly FTV and some other bigger platforms, there is no balance. Now, do you think we bottled the league last season, or do you think? Because I don't think we bottled it, but the mainstream and the conversation is that we bottled it. So I want to know what your take is.
Okay, so my first take is, because they know our Arsenal fans, we have our fans can or are easily triggered. Yeah.
Sure.
So yes, because of the love we have, and it has to do with jealousy. So when you are jealous of somebody, you say things that would hurt the person, right? Because they can see the love we have for us now. And
let me counter that. To be fair, right? Don't Arsenal fans do it to Chelsea fans and Manchester United fans too?
No, listen, it's across board. Let me put it this way. Some of the things, okay, so you see, Man United, they won the League Cup.
Okay.
Go back, if you can go back to the time Arteta won the FA Cup, or even when Wenger started, later years started winning the FA Cup. Go back and check the number of Manchester United fans, Chelsea fans, shitting on our success just because we couldn't make top 4.
I get that, but my question, you've not answered my real question. I said, I understand if the opposition fan, I'm saying, Arsenal fans saying we bottled it. I'm trying to rationalize.
No, because it's social media. Listen, it is social media. It is a term that has been coined. Sometimes people use words.
We as fans of Arsenal, should we actually be sabotaging our own fan base by insulting ourselves? Because I don't think we bottled it.
No, I don't think so. I truly speaking, I hate that word, because what that word means is that from hence, anybody that becomes second, whether you were top for some days or you were a bottle job.
Exactly. Without context.
Okay, Tottenham fans can say we say that, but it is because of our rivalry between them. So we're just taking a make of each other. But when United fans, Chelsea, and we can laugh at each other not being successful, but to keep telling me I bottled it, when you know that there were facts. Yes, the games we drew and lost, we should have won. But I always say football, if you played football before or competitive football, nothing is a given.
Yeah, any competitive sport, nothing is a given.
Good. So being second and you're calling me a bottle job because I did not win a Carling Cup on top, then I'm waiting for this season to start and end, and let's see what their narratives how the narratives will start to change.
Okay.
Depending on who wins the league.
Let's take us to the other conversation. Let's talk about. Give me a minute. Let me put the name on the screen. Let's start with Declan Rice. Fantastic signing or not?
Amazing signing. The truth is, the money it comes with the British thing,
tax.
Like since is the
English tax.
But the kind of player he is, he can play in 3 or 4 different positions. You understand? He's young.
Okay.
So
don't you think jack of all trade, master of none applies if you can play in multiple positions like that?
Not in this modern way of playing football, because I played football before. When I was young, I was a good footballer. I call myself an 8, but I could play different positions. And now you should be multitasking to be able to be recognized. You understand?
Sure.
But the key thing here is when opportunity is given, you take it. You understand?
Sure.
And he has proven for the past 2-3 years, and this, with all due respect to David Moyes, I give him. I think Arteta will become a better manager, or Arteta is already showing that he's a better manager than him.
So, if I may stop you there, why should we? Just due respect to for what? I'm not saying. I'm not saying you are trying to politically correct. Arteta has shown to be a better manager, whether due respect or not. Arteta is the better manager.
So the due respect is coming from his experience in the game.
I don't
comparing to Arteta's.
Okay, what will you pick? Experience or competence?
Okay. So I think,
what will you pick? Experience or competence?
But competent.
Exactly. I don't care how long you've been doing something. If you're not competent, it is what it is.
I give you this one. I give you this one. So if I have to continue my point is Arteta has proven the shortest time he is a better manager and will be a greater manager than what David has done.
100%.
So, and then not history, because it's not long, but Arteta has proven how he when he touches or giving young talent, how he can mold them to become better players.
Sure. The
records are there. The list is there.
Yeah.
So adding him, forget about the tag. I know, and listen. And this is the key, because when people talk, they don't. You see how we're talking,
Yeah.
After some time, we will be okay. As let me put it, we'll become friends, and we talk about things openly.
Yeah.
It's the same with footballers.
You have to build relationship.
When you play for a team, they build relationship. Arteta have known Rice for a long time. People might not know that, or might not factor that in their pictures, right?
Sorry to interrupt you there. If you saw the pictures at the Emirates and at away at West Ham, after the matches, you could see that there was an aura between them. You could see it.
For me, I always say player tapping, has been something that has been there and will never stop, because somebody will know somebody, somebody will know somebody.
Exactly.
I go back just a little to call your mind on something. When they interviewed Sol Campbell, on his transfer from Tottenham to Arsenal, and he spoke a little bit, but Arsene Wenger said something that caught my mind. He said they were meeting at Mr. Dean's home
midnight.
In the midnight.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah. Exactly.
So with all these transfers going on and stuff, sometimes yes, social media has people want to be right, people want to be famous but I always say things happen behind the curtains that we don't. So for instance, I feel a bit disappointed, but I don't get so much worked out if we don't get a particular signing.
Sure. And see, I like that. People feel entitled that you have to get everything you want.
It is the entitlement for entitled, but that is what, and this is not me taking a shot. It's a shot I'm taking, but we have to, in our quest to have fun with our club, we have to teach or open up people's eyes for them to understand certain things. I watched the documentary. You remember Figo?
Yeah.
From Barcelona to Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, yeah.
On Netflix, they showed, and the agent said something to the Real Madrid owner and said, the moment you call a team or a manager, a player manager, and they are ready to pick and listen, there is an opportunity. Sure. There is a chance.
Sure.
So don't feel entitled because you are Arsenal, you are United, or you are whoever you think you are, and then you walk in and no, it doesn't happen. You understand? So for me, the right signing is just a proof that Arsenal is still a big club.
Definitely.
Arsenal is still a big pool. We are getting our house together. We are still in the process. We buying the sofas and the curtains and the chandeliers. Now we are hanging. Yes, rice is a chandelier we are hanging now, and then some few stuff. Yeah. And I'm so happy. But still, it doesn't even guarantee success.
Exactly. But we know the opposition fans will tell you you're spending, you need to win. And I agree. See, we cannot spend money with not, I'll say we don't have to welcome the expectation that comes along with it.
Yeah.
We're investing now, so there'll be expectations. Now, I think there's this narrative in the media, especially the mainstream media, where I call the lamestream media because they are full of crap all the time. Oh, the gap between Arsenal and Manchester City is so wide. I don't agree with that. It's not that wide. If you bring in the right two or three quality players.
Let me tell you the truth. Without using the word bottling, sorry for cutting you. Without using the word bottling, we should have won the league.
Sure.
We should have won the league. But me being a person that understands football, where players, for instance, a lot of opposition fans keep saying, Partey did not show up at the end. If you look critically at Man City's team, today they are talking about how good, what do you call him? Stones was playing. Stones was not playing like that from the beginning of the season.
Exactly. Exactly.
But you see,
Are you there? Wow, your Wi-Fi is hanging. I might have to remove you and bring you back. Are you there?
Yeah.
You froze.
I'm about to.
Maybe you should come back. Maybe you should drop down, come back.
I want to.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'll send you the link again. Maybe you should come back. I'll send you the link again. Let me send you the link again. Oh, we're having an interesting conversation right there before the network became a bit dodgy. I've just left the link in the chat box. Come back if you're still there. So we're having a very, very interesting conversation before it became dodgy right there. So let's go to the Timber deal. Hopefully he'll come back. Let's go to the Timber deal. Like as I was saying before he came on, Timber. So Arsenal feel a deal for Yuri Timber is getting really close with a fee expected to be over £40 million. There is optimism talks can progress quickly. So that was what we heard. Then 6 hours later, Arsenal and Ajax have reached an agreement for the transfer fee for Yuri Timber around £42 million, which could rise. Let me share this. I think he's back. He's trying to sort his camera out. So let me bring him back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. Can you hear?
No, I can hear you better now.
Yes. So my take is we've actually made a very extremely good signing. Yeah. And with Timber on the line.
Oh, I like that too. I like that. So let's finish Fry before we go to Timber. So because I like Rice. When we're actually initially linked to Rice, I was like, English players are value hyped on the English media and their platform. So I was like, I wasn't really convinced. So I started watching him intentionally. I'm like, oh, there's a player there. He's athletic. He drives. He's robust. He's aggressive. I love his tackling. I'm like, there's a player there. And I looked at, okay, if you bring him in, he guarantees us aggression, athleticism, and tackling in the midfield. It guarantees us availability, which party can guarantee us most of the time. I'm like, there's a player there, he can play 6, can play 8. And when we play the likes of Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United away, these are the kind of players I want to have in my midfield. Him, Partey, and Odegaard. I'm salivating. I am salivating. That's the kind of midfield. Because when we play at the Etihad last time, Man City look like giants. They bullied us.
Yeah, they really
were bullied.
I'll tell you something funny, yeah?
Okay.
I was so scared. I knew we were going to lose. And the game was played around 3 a.m. here, my time. So I was like, no, I'm not waking up at this time to be whipped. because the first leg, at the
home fixture.
Oh man, I was so hurt. I was so disappointed. And
I was not too hurt about the first leg. The second leg, when they told us, actually, when David honestly tweeted that Partey was out, I'm like,
we knew what was coming.
It was coming. Then the aggression and the physicality the Man City showed at the beginning of the game, I'm like, damn, it's going to be a long evening. Because I was at work, I was still watching it. I'm like, it's going to be a long evening driving back home after watching this.
No, and you see, and this is why I love and appreciate Arteta. Yeah, if you look at this or you listen to his interviews, he keeps telling us the standard is above what Man City is doing.
Yeah.
So okay, we came close, but if I ask you which team, if it wasn't for Man City, we would have won the league with 10, 15 points.
Yeah.
Easy.
I don't totally agree with that. I don't totally agree with that. You know why?
No. Take Man City. Okay, so if it wasn't for us, nobody would have even come close to City, point-wise.
Exactly. Oh, I think what actually derailed us was, I remember I went on Tom's podcast the other time, and I was telling them that holding is a major disadvantage. You're telling me, no, he will do it. I'm like, it's not. See, people think Saliba, what Saliba does is just defending. Saliba is like a midfielder playing as a defender.
And he brings
the angle of passing, the calmness, the beating a man, the driving. Holding cannot give you that.
True. For me, I tell you, I don't like picking on Arsenal. I don't like picking on our players, but I watched the game. And I was like, go back after this, go back and watch all the games Holding played. He doesn't look comfortable.
He does not. He is not. He is not. It's like putting a doctor to do a plumbing work. He can't do it.
And when you're a midfielder like Partey, Xhaka, and you have this kind of
at your back, yeah, subconsciously you're thinking about him.
Exactly. And at the end, for me, we suffered. We suffered because of our bench was weak.
Yeah.
And that was all. If let's say we had like a 80, 85, 70, let's say even Ben White. Tomiyasu getting injured was also a big factor.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you a question. That time, when I was on somebody's podcast, I was telling the person that I'd rather play Real Waters as a right back. Let us move Ben White to center half. They said, no, the boy is a youngster, no experience. I'm like, but see, I'd rather take that youngster above Holding. Don't disrespect to Holding. He can't do it.
But the time, you see, with Water, the time, the last 10 games, it would have been too much for him.
I'll push back. You know why? Let me push back. You know why I say so? See, okay, hypothetically, let's say Ben White was injured. He'll be forced to play him.
Agree.
I saw Federico Makeda play for Man U when they were short of players. I've seen Alessandro play Fabio, those young Brazilians those days.
Yeah.
For Man U when people were injured. Sometimes try these young players.
I understand this.
Like I said, remember I told you, competence and experience. I will choose competence.
That is why they said
experience is we overlook experience sometimes.
Pressure makes diamond. Yeah, pressure makes diamond. So I get it. But you see, that takes me back because Saliba has signed his contract. Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
It's equally as big as Rice's contract. Yeah,
for me, he's bigger.
Thank you. But my question is, I look back and I'm like, the time most of our supporters wanted Saliba to be put in the team was in deep before Arteta, and this is before Arteta.
Yeah.
So my thinking was, had let's say Emery started him, we would be sitting here saying, like we call some of the players, oh, this guy is shit. The amount we called him, because it wasn't the right time. You understand? I understand why it's sad when the experience, because we use experience to protect the young. Yeah. So it is sad that the one that we had in our team that we claim had the best experience actually was the one who was the most shakiest.
Exactly.
And that actually saddened me, because we could have gotten another defender, Premiership experience, and would have done better.
See, analyzing in hindsight sometimes, it can be very misleading.
Yeah.
When Arteta decided to send Saliba on loan, I understood it. See, you have to understand that I knew Saliba was a special player, but at the same time, playing with David Luiz, Socrates, it is not good for him because you know how fans think.
Yeah.
They will group all of them together and say all of them are shit.
Yeah, exactly my point. My point. They would have tagged him. He would have lost the liver by now. You understand?
So let me give you an example. Sorry to cut you short. Remember when Gabriel Magalhaes made a few mistakes at the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
See, Fabio Cannavaro, Nesta, all these players actually made a few mistakes, but they made lesser mistakes. So it's not out of place for a defender to make one or two mistakes, but they're calling me bozo. I'm like, what is wrong? What is wrong with you?
That word, it was actually the first time I heard that word was from a Tottenham fan. That is Toby, on the big channel, and I'm like, do you know football? Do you play football? And yes, put fan banter aside.
Yeah,
you cannot go about calling a player a bozo. Because if actually there are no mistakes in football, nobody wins a football match.
Nobody scores.
Exactly.
Nobody scores.
But yes, a defender, my dad always says, you think it's easy. Wait until you are put in that situation. You understand?
My philosophy about football is that it's the team that make lesser mistakes that wins.
Exactly. Or the things, or those who take their chances.
You can say from the other side, either half full or it depends how you put it. So exactly. It's the thing that makes, like, Gabriel to me is better than Saliba. Is a controversial take, but
thank you. I've said this to all my friends. I'll take Magalhaes over Saliba.
But Saliba has that aesthetic. It's like I give that analogy to my friend at the time. Like when you see a lady, right? Yeah. Some of them look great on Instagram with the filter. Yeah. But when it's in real life, you're like, okay. But while some people, they don't look great on Instagram, but when you see them in life, they're like, wow.
Wow.
Yes. I was watching an interview with Jorginho, and they asked him if there was a last tackle to be made by any Arsenal defender, who will he pick?
Yes.
Can you pick Gabriel? And I'm saying, I'm vindicated.
Yes.
Gabriel is a better defender.
I saw that interview. That is what I'm saying. It is social media. Yeah, it is social media. So sometimes some of these things I hear, I take it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the truth is, if you've watched sports in general,
sure,
you kind of realize how good. Yeah, they can be better. Yeah, but they are giving their best. Somebody was saying, "Oh, Partey always." I was like, the guy is injured. He's trying to. When De Bruyne was injured at the final, he tried a little bit. He couldn't. He stopped.
He couldn't do it. Yeah.
So that tells you, you get an injury, you play through the pain. If you listen to ex-footballers, they tell you we play through the pain. And that is why you see sometimes their form drops and stuff. But we come out and we feel sometimes as the fans, we also feel so entitled that no, he's shit. He's that.
Oh, Lord. See, I just think we live in a time that, right, when you're boisterous, you can banter, you can say all kinds of pejoratives.
Negativity sells.
It sells. So you have more followers. I was telling a friend of mine the other day that the reason I don't have up to 1,000 subscribers now is because I do not join in a misguided, low quality banter. Let you all be shouting, "You're blah, you're blah, you're shit." I can't do it. That's not my forte. I know. I want sensible, logical. We can disagree, but let's be respectful. Let's be sensible. Let's educate ourselves. I'm not into this. You're blah. No, I'm not.
That's the word. You can, in presenting or giving your views, you can make some points.
Yeah.
But when you come out, actually, I always say this thing we are doing is money for some people, and they will do anything to make their money.
Sure.
So I for me,
I understand it.
I respect your hustle. You understand?
Okay. Let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
Now, I understand that part of it. It's like saying, let's transfer it to real life. We'll come back to the football. It's like me saying somebody that is scamming people. and I say, it's money, no. I respect your hustle. Or how did they scam you? You are saying, I respect your hustle. How did they scam you? So,
but I can also say, like you're saying, yes, if they scam me, it will hurt. But what I'm saying is, be careful, because if they get you, you will realize your hustle is not a hustle. Your hustle has hustled you, you know.
So, that's great. So
you cannot win, you know. You cannot
win. You cannot win.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for Rice. I'm excited. Let's just finalize the final details about the payments, and let's see him in preseason. I'm waiting for him to come and play preseason. They are playing in America, very close to me. Maybe I'll go and watch the match and see how Rice.
You're in the States, yeah?
Yeah, I'm in the United States of America.
Okay.
So let's go to Timber. Now
I watched a clip. I watched some clips because when United wanted to sign him last season, for me, I'm a football fan first and foremost. I love
exactly.
Actually, I'm a sports person, yeah, but I'm a football fan, so I read across board.
Sure.
So I went. Yes, and I went and checked on him. I was like, he's not bad, but I asked Ten Hag. So maybe because he knows him, he wants to bring him to the. And then the price they were mentioning, then I was like, okay, only United can pay, because then our team cannot afford to buy such a player.
Yeah.
Don't forget, last season Jesus was like 50, 55, right?
Sure.
So that was the highest we spent. If we had the money to go beyond a certain budget, we could have gotten.
I'll agree a little bit. I think if you look at Lisandro Martinez, which United bought, I think Arsenal, if Arteta and Edu think you are worth it, they can convince the board to do it, like Rice. But if they think they're not worth it, they're not convincing the board.
Okay, I was thinking they had a certain budget, and then they had a certain targets. Yeah.
Yeah.
So after getting Jesus and
Zinchenko,
and who else did they sign?
Fabio Vieira.
Well, those, it was early deals. It was just an opportunity, so they grabbed it.
Yeah.
But my point is the key players, as in where they spend 60, 65 or something. Like you said, if you are worth it, if you meet what you're looking for,
they'll push it.
But I also saw that had we made Champions League the season, like last season, they would have gone for him, because they knew then the price would have gone up. Right now, we've made Champions League. We have more money.
And let's not forget, Arteta told us there's a process. There's stage 1 and stage 2.
Yeah.
Us competing last season was nobody expected it. So when people were saying the boss, I'll say no Arsenal fan at the beginning of the season was saying Arsenal will compete or be second.
No,
what we're saying top 3 and a trophy. That was our
brother. People say that to hide behind their pain.
Sure.
It's as simple as that. Yes, I'm in pain because we couldn't achieve what I dreamt of. Yeah, but
even though when you're crying, even though like I say, if you're crying, you don't suspend your brain when you're crying.
Exactly.
There's context to this pain. There's context. Like
no. When it comes to Arsenal, that is one thing I'm learning with time. Yeah, that is why I use the word jealousy. I'm not saying we don't do same with other teams. Yeah. But the level that Arsenal, it is just because of our like I always say, Arsenal, everything we do is beautiful.
So do you know when I knew that the media, especially the UK media, hate Arsenal? I saw the way they worded when we bidded for Rice, the first bid. They said our offer was derisory, our offer was disrespectful. Now when Man City offered the same thing, the word that Davis used that Arsenal offer was what was the word he used?
They always try to shit on Arsenal.
I'm trying to remember the word. Rejected. They say Arsenal's offer was rejected. When it was Man City, it was turned down. You can see the one play they are using. One was rejected, one was turned down.
Yes. For us to another example, when that was last season.
Yeah.
Caicedo. When we tabled the 70 million, yeah? When we tabled the 70 million, journalists from Brighton, the words they were using, what a disappointment. How can we 70 million for a player who just came into the league,
who has played less than 40 games?
Exactly. And you are calling us names. What have Chelsea done this season?
Shout out to D. Let me read his chat. Will Rice, Odegaard, and Havertz hold the midfield well for a year? I still think keeping Partey to further solidify the midfield. Yeah, I understand the rumors that Partey will leave. I'm not buying it 100%. But if he leaves, get the money. I'll go and buy Fafana.
Let me say this with the Ghanaian humor, yeah?
Okay.
I saw a post and somebody said, Partey, remember you have a family. And your family is your village.
Exactly.
So kind of he should go for the money because a footballer's career is short. But I think with the names there, Rice, Odegaard, and listen, as much as I think I know football and understand football, I'm not in a circle of handling players with top quality like those at Arsenal right now. So if Arteta sees something that we don't see in training, we don't get opportunity to see, and he has gone to buy a certain player like Havertz, Rice, and then now Timber. Who am I to just sit and think, oh, because he was a flop somewhere? And this is the problem. And this is the problem of the modern day football soccer supporters, football fans.
Yeah,
they never learn. I can mention 4 legends.
Yeah,
only 4 or 5. Vieira was on the bench. Was it Juve or AC Milan? Or I think AC Milan.
AC Milan.
Thierry Henry was
flopped at Juventus.
Thank you.
Flopped.
In modern age, they would have said,
he's not good enough.
Yes. Dennis Beckham.
There's a picture of a newspaper that called Dennis Beckham waste of money when we bought him then.
Thank you. Laurent. Nobody, when we bought him, actually, Wenger bought him as a midfielder.
Exactly. And converted him to a right back.
Kolo Touré. If today we go and buy somebody like Kolo Touré to start for Arsenal Football Club, the club, you will see protesters.
Exactly.
In front of the club in today modern game. So, with my experience, any player that our club goes for, I just give the play. I know you can also mention some players that we've signed that have not worked out, but it's across board. Every club has that.
Exactly.
But because our supporters, sometimes we don't defend ourselves a lot because of the pain we have. So when somebody is actually shitting on us with the same statement, oh, Pepe has done better than Sancho.
100%. 100%.
Maguire is not there, but certain forward
is better than Sancho, obviously, 100%.
In other teams that has signed players, you understand? But Arsenal supporters will go like, "Oh, it's a flop." You understand?
I want to be fair. In the context of producing what is worth 72 million pounds, I agree, it's a flop. But why don't you put the same energy across board? Sancho is a massive flop.
We use the word flop like vaguely.
It's banter. It's all banter.
He hasn't met the expectation. He hasn't met the expectation. So yes, you can, if you want to use the word flop, but then make sure if a player like Sancho comes up, you use the same energy.
They won't. It's English tax.
Anyway, back to Timber. I see the highlights I watched. if you ask me what would be my team, maybe later at the end of the show we will do it. If with just the current team that we've signed, but I see him playing more, drifting more into the midfield. So this is my take. We can do this. What do you call it? Sometimes if Saliba is not available, we White, he will play as the right back, as in Timber. White will play, and then Gabriel.
Yeah.
And then depending on the team we are playing, maybe we can start Kivia. On so it will be like a three
Let
back.
me pause you there.
Yeah.
Tell me, see, when Kivia played against Sporting Lisbon and he ducked, and when you consider how good that he ducked, I'm like, what's wrong with this weak, tall, lanky Polish guy? Then when we brought after we saw that Holding was not holding anything together, and I saw Kivios. See, when I watched, I was thinking it wasn't quick. I'm like, no, this guy is deceptively quick. And I saw his passing angle. That guy is very comfortable with the ball. He is comfortable in passing.
That is what I keep saying. We don't appreciate. You see, we are quick to judge, and I keep saying, I've played football before. Yeah, I've played football, so I know sometimes people grow into a team with time.
Okay,
people grow into a team. So you will see.
This guy, my friend, he said, "You stop crying about Sancho."
That is what crying. I'm telling you. Opposition supporters, or I'm not crying over Sancho or anything. I'm just saying
I want to cry. They cried over Pepe. Why can't I cry over Sancho?
Exactly.
You cried over Pepe.
Thank you. For me, I don't even want to cry. I am speaking facts.
I want to cry. They cried over Pepe.
We are speaking facts here.
Yeah.
You signed. He brought another name. They signed this guy 90 years ago to be the best striker in the world.
Exactly, Martial.
90 years ago, he was the best thing ever.
Exactly. People put a clause of Ballon d'Or clause in his contract.
And then you want to turn around and want to mention my players that are also accepted that they've been shit or they've been flopped. But the moment I call, no. Thank you for loving us. We love you too.
We too. Exactly. Yeah. The same energy across board. Across board.
So I am so happy. I'm so happy. Just the window opened like some few days ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
It's not even yet preseason. Arsenal moving mad.
Made practically, if all the deals confirmed this week, 3 good deals. Good signing.
So let me ask you about Kai Havertz, right? Because a lot of people are saying it's Chelsea experience. He didn't play well enough. And if I'm going to be objective, even when they're calling me flop, then I was like, see, Kai Havertz reminds me of Kanu. See, some players have to work within a sweet system. And for me, Kai Havertz is an intelligent player.
Yeah.
Very silky on the eye, good on his feet. Even though he's left-footed, he has a very good right foot. Unlike Xhaka, who is a good player, Arteta built a system to make him hide his flaws, and I get it, but Kai Havertz as an 8, I'm licking my lips. I am licking my lips.
And he's you see, I see an Ozil. He has in the final around
final
the box,
third.
Final third. He has this silky, smooth way of passing the ball.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Listen, being at Chelsea, and this is not being the truth. The evidence are there to show.
Let me give you that evidence. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
The perfect evidence was like when I wanted to buy Jorginho in January, I'm like, I don't want him. I'm like, I don't want this guy. Excited passing, no incisive passing. Then when it comes to Arsenal, this guy is giving forward passes, he's moving the ball quickly. I'm like, oh, so depending on the team you play for, A player can look crazy in one team and look fantastic in the other team.
So Chelsea is a
common denominator here.
Chelsea is a team that will guarantee you all trophies here and there.
Yeah.
But your personal talent,
they'll kill it.
They'll kill it.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, they will.
Facts.
They win in chaos.
Exactly.
To mask whatever is going on there.
If you are not a player that is good in that kind of chaotic environment, you will sink.
Yeah.
Because you cannot tell me Mount, 2-3 seasons ago was your best player continuous.
Yeah. And
then this past season, like he has never played free. Like you bought him like from League 2. you understand?
I get you, yeah.
Because of the club. Because look at it. Sometimes we laugh that Arsenal, we bought some weird players, yeah. But when you deep, you look at sometimes these weird players or the players we did not want then. You look and you're like, is this guy playing this way? Because of the style we were playing.
Yeah.
Yossi Benayoun came to Arsenal.
He looked better. See, you cannot tell me you watch Kai Havertz as a player. Now, I'm not saying if you want to use the word flop at Chelsea based on output, I'll go that I'll accept it. But it's a 24-year-old German international. Go and watch him and tell me. I can't watch that guy. You can't tell me he's not a good player. You can't tell me that.
And for me, I don't even want to go like people say. When he was at Leverkusen. No, I don't even want to go that far.
I don't go that way.
He's just 24 years old.
He's young.
He's just 24. And when he came, you could see he has the talent. The talent is there.
It's there.
It is there, the environment. And he hasn't worked. When he got Tuchel for that kind of the 6 months or the 4 months or whatever under Tuchel, go and look at those matches he played. There's a player in there.
There's a player in there.
You just need the right system.
Yeah.
And like I always say, I'm not Arteta. He has his team.
And they've seen something we don't see.
Thank you. If you're creating your team today, you might pick your team and you say, I want to play a certain system. Yeah.
Sure.
But this one, it is because we are visualizing. But when you train the players, you can tell this guy, I prefer his movements.
Sure.
So I can move him from this position
to this position.
Let's not forget somebody like Saka started from left wing back.
Yeah. I was even thinking the other day that now when Jesus was injured, Nketiah struggled. Yeah. Now I like Xhaka. He's robust. He gives us a bit of physicality. But I could count 5-7 chances Xhaka missed because he couldn't use his right foot or he couldn't make that final pass.
If he wasn't too flared.
Exactly. But if that was Kai Havertz, my Lord. The creativity is too much.
This is why I think a lot of people are shitting a little bit in their pants. Because when you can tell something is happening at Arsenal.
Sure.
You can tell. You can tell. Arteta reminds me of Pep. But Pep had better players when he started Barcelona.
Yeah.
Better young players. Let me put it that way. He created that team. Very young players.
And Iniesta, Xavi, Messi.
Thank you. If you look at Arteta, and that is why I think opposition fans are a bit scared, because they can see.
They are scared. You're not masking it with banter. They are scared. They are
scared. Okay, that is why they are scared. And they are looking at him like, this guy has the aura. Yeah? And you can see from his play style. For me, I don't care whether he copied from Pep or Pep copied from the Dutch legend. But nobody talks about it. You understand what I mean?
I'm going to push back, right? I've been hearing that conversation for a long time. Now, I don't believe Pep as Arteta copy. Now, the word copy is a strong word in this context.
That is what I don't like it. I don't.
Do you know why I say so?
Say.
Because when Arteta retired from football, it was Pep that went to say, "You have to come and join me." So that means he respects Arteta's way of seeing football. So you cannot say he copied from him.
He knew Arteta had something he would need.
He didn't wait for 1 week. Immediately Arteta resigned from active football, he went and said, "No, I want you to be my assistant." So for people just want to downgrade Arteta and deride him.
Exactly. So that is what I'm saying. It comes with the fear. Like it is fear.
It's fear.
The fear. They see this guy giving the right tools and the right players.
He's dangerous.
He will succeed.
Yeah.
And that is why when they heard, PSG was trying to,
they're walking around.
Even Real Madrid. A lot of people were, but what has he done? But
what has he done?
Listen, this anyway. Let's continue with our transfer. So with Timber, because I hope we'll be doing this more often.
No, I'll get your email and your contact. We'll talk behind the scenes.
Yeah, and with Timber, I hope by tomorrow everything will be done and
hopefully.
Dusted. Yeah. And then now, this is what reading one of Arsene Wenger's book, I learned something. You pick what you have to pick, the key ones.
Okay.
So this now we're actually waiting for what I call the great opportunity signings, where what is his name? This Real Madrid midfielder. Tchouaméni. Thank you. That is why somebody like Tchouaméni might pop up. Because Madrid.
Do you believe that story have legs?
Listen, in football, anything is possible.
I don't believe in possibility. I believe more in probability. Because possibility, you need to think like a woman. With women, everything is possible.
But in football, anything is possible because
everything is possible. See, Brighton will not win the UEFA Champions League in the next 10 years. I can tell you for free.
No, that is not guaranteed, and that is what I'm saying.
I'm countering everything is possible. It's not possible.
Let me defend my side. Yeah,
okay.
Everything is possible because if you had told me that 2023 Man City would have won this number of leagues, this number of FA Cups, and Champions League before Arsenal.
But there's a caveat to that. They are owned by nation state club.
Before they got owned, and somebody was telling you it is possible, they can do it.
Provided you provide that caveat to it. I mean, organically, like Real Madrid, they didn't win it with a nation state. They won organically. Manchester United, organically. Then Man United should not be where they are. Because organically, they are one of the richest. But they generate their own money by themselves. Unlike Man City, that they had a sugar daddy that came into buy the club. Real Madrid, they generate their own money. But Barcelona, they generate their own money. So that's organic.
Anyway, the point I want to make is that there are possibilities. There are possibilities. Maybe the player will think, okay, I want to stay, or I will stay. Yeah.
Okay.
Pre-season starts, he realizes the coach's plan. He doesn't actually fit much in the coach's plan. And don't forget, this coming season, just at the end of this coming season, the European Championship will start. They'll play the Euros. You understand? So every player will be thinking, I want to be in a team where I can be recognized and play.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who will he play ahead of? If let's say, hypothetically, Arsenal actually go and sign Tchouaméni, which I don't think is possible because they bought him last year for 100 million euros. Some will have to pay 150 million euros.
We can pay in
installment. I know, but how many installments you want to pay? There's rice there. We're about to finish Pepe, so you can't continue paying.
No, what I mean is with with the situation in which the player is in.
Yeah.
The possibility that he might move and probably Arsenal getting him, it's like, let's say 50-50.
I think it's lower than that. They bought him last season. You see, they bought him last season.
It doesn't change anything.
I think so, because Madrid, number one, Madrid are not a selling club. Number two, how many players want to give up on their Madrid dreams? For me, Real Madrid is the pinnacle of club football.
I get it. I get all
for you to want to leave after one season, I don't.
I get all that. If it is not working, if it is, especially when, and this is me saying, if he realizes that the coach, he doesn't fit in the coach's plan, because don't forget, they've signed new midfielders.
Yeah.
They still have the old guards still there.
Yeah.
So he would have to look at himself and see where I fit in. You understand?
Sure.
I'm just giving it 50-50 because, like you said, it's a dream playing for Madrid and other stuff. Yeah. Maybe he feels settled, although he's not playing much.
Yeah.
He's enjoying the money he's taking. All those things come into play. But what I'm saying is, he might wake up one day and feel like, okay, I'm young. A team that has young players that are doing well wants me. And they can match my salary. Don't forget that.
Okay.
I might be interested.
Okay, I can see the logic behind that.
Good.
On the flip side,
yeah,
coming to Arsenal, Arsenal is not more a small team. Who is it going to bench ahead of Kai Havertz in the midfield, Odegaard, potentially Rice? They see Partey on the bench. They see Jorginho on the bench. They see Elneny on the bench. Like, there's no guarantee for him too.
But this is how I put it.
Okay.
Don't forget, now we are in the Champions League.
I get it, right? I get it. But at the same time,
so let me explain.
Okay.
We need rotation.
Sure.
Yeah. We need serious rotation. But we need rotation with, when, let's say, you take out Partey, or you even
put in Rice.
You put in Rice. Rice can shift, or you change Hazard. Yeah. I said Hazard.
Havertz.
Rice can play there. Tchouaméni can play. They can play. He can.
Let's see. Even in rotation, we have to be careful. Rotation. You can't be rotating and kill the rhythm of the team. So even though there's rotation, it has to be done skillfully and effectively.
But this is where I also feel sometimes Arsenal fans be a bit. But this guy is there. It's competition. Real Madrid, when they are signing player, Real Madrid, he's there competing with what do you call him? This ex Tottenham player.
Hurricane?
No, Real Madrid midfield.
Modric.
Modric and Kroos. Yeah. And then they have
Camavinga, now Tchouaméni, Ceballos,
Valverde.
Valverde.
So already he's in a serious competition.
Sure.
The list you've mentioned, take the same. Mention our midfield. Do you think he cannot get into our midfield, or he will not get playing time?
Let me give you I don't think if he comes this year, he'll get playing time. Because those other midfielders too. See, one thing a lot of Arsenal fans are not saying that. Imagine the training sessions in Arsenal, in the current Arsenal now. There's Havertz, highly technical player. There's Zinchenko, there's Jesus. Even in training, is a higher level competition.
Yeah.
See, whether you like it or not, I made it. I think I was supposed to post a video. Jorginho for me will be a very fundamental rotational player next season.
Yes. I agree with you.
So Jorginho is still there.
I agree with you.
And let's not forget, we gave Elneny one extra year. He wants to play in the Carling Cup. He wants to play the Carling, even for the Carling Cup team next season.
But that contract comes to an end this July, yeah?
No. We gave him an extra year for this season.
For next season, yeah?
Yeah.
For the next season.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even in our FA Cup and Carling Cup this season, we are playing solid players. I'm not playing Holding or Pablo Mari. No. As in, we are playing solid players. Solid players.
Yeah, but for me, what I'm just saying is, we are a team that is going up.
Sure.
And we need players that, when, like we talked about holding.
Okay, let me ask you another question. Sorry to cut you off. How many players do you need for your team to compete and wrestle the Premier League from Man City? How many? What? Give me a number.
It is not the number; it's the quality.
It's not the number. I mean, the quality, the number.
So let's say each position, two good qualities. So like Timber.
I agree with you.
So let me give you like Timber. Yeah.
Okay.
Timber and Holding. Okay. Timber and
Ben White.
Yeah. And then center back, we have Saliba, and then we have Ben White. No, Saliba and Tomiyasu.
Okay, if you don't go that way.
Tomiyasu is a very good center back. People forget about it.
Okay.
And then we have Kivia and
Gabriel.
And then the left back, if Tierney is not being sold and we have those two, we can still do with it. It's okay. And then midfield.
I disagree. Tierney does not fit our system.
And
we saw it last season.
If we don't sell him,
we have to sell him. If you don't sell him, we'll keep him.
So let's. My question is, okay, we don't have a replacement now, so
we have a replacement.
No, what I mean is,
who played against Liverpool last season at home?
It was Tomiyasu.
Yeah. See, that's why I say we don't need two per position. For me, we need players.
I get your point. But my point is, I want us to have two in two positions.
Do you know why? It will cause disharmony in the camp. You see, for me, we need. I studied Man City team, right? Let me give you an example. Man City team. Stones can play 3 positions.
I said that. That is why Arteta went for.
You have lesser in number, but you still have quality that can play multiple positions at a high level.
Okay, it makes sense. So 5 instead of we have 6, you would prefer to even have 5.
So those 5 can get minutes across board. Easy to please minutes across board. Instead of having 6 or 7, then some be grumpy, I'm not playing. You see? But if you have less in number, but there's quality. Okay. That even though when you rotate,
look at me, I'm the one talking about quality too.
it's still high. It's still high. Because I studied the Man City team and I saw they have 18 solid players. 18. But those players can play 4-3 positions.
Yes. So okay, let me. I'm the one talking about quality. So okay, with quality. So I go with your thinking. Tierney is not fitting. So
because I had this argument. Sorry to cut you. I have this argument last season because someone was saying, "Oh, Tierney is our best defender." I said, on paper, defensively, Tierney is a better defender than Zinchenko. But as a footballer, he doesn't come close to Zinchenko.
Tierney played in the game we drew. We were leading 2-0. He played against West Ham. So for me, I'm not saying he should go defending everything, but he was part of the team that considered those 2 goals. Yeah. That game we should have won the game. Yes, Saka missed the penalty, but we should have won the game. We shouldn't have considered those goals. Yeah. Anyway, my okay. So I'll keep with the 5, hoping Arteta comes up with, or we get one good young player from the academy that can support them, and it's okay being on the bench.
Sure.
With midfield, the truth is, I would, if we maybe Shaka should go. Yeah.
Okay.
Not that I don't.
He's already gone. He's gone.
I like his leadership, but it's okay. We can let him go.
And then Rice will replace that leadership. Rice will replace that.
I think Rice, Partey, we should keep Partey for 1 more year.
Yeah, exactly. That's my sentiments too.
Rice, Partey, and Jorginho, and then
Jorginho, yeah,
and then he being a moral support.
Exactly, and then for the Carling Cup,
yes,
Carling Cup,
and then Odegaard and Vieira.
He's still there. I like that boy. Physically, he's not there, but technically,
I'm sitting here saying it. I will take this guy next season. Watch,
it's good. I don't agree with you. I like him. Now, physically, he's not yet there, but the intelligence is there. It's there.
Okay, so him and Odegaard. Yeah. And then the 8th position, now we have Kai, and then we have Smith Rowe. And sometimes I didn't feel Trossard can also work.
I like him on the wings.
A little bit against his defensive play.
Yeah, it's not good. Let him stick him on the wings. I like him at the Martinelli position.
So the wing, then we have him and Martinelli, Trossard and Martinelli.
Yeah.
And then the right side on the wing,
we have Saka and Jesus.
Saka and Jesus, or Nelson, because
Nelson
is going to sign a new contract. And then up front,
Trossard and Jesus.
But we need one more. And this is me.
I understand fans demanding they need one more. Let's be realistic. The KROENKES are not going to sanction. Okay, name the strikers Arsenal can afford that are quality for that 9.
You see, and this is where I'm trying to say, we don't need to go higher with the like we go like Osimhen. No, it's too expensive.
Sure.
But what we can equally do is there are certain strikers in other leagues that have the height and they are scoring their 15 goals. Yeah. I won't say a weaker team, but let's say you go to the French league, you can get a striker there who has the body, and because remember,
let me counter that. Remember, Lacazette could not buy a goal. He got the French league has got 26.
Exactly.
The French league has scarred me. No, I'm traumatized.
No, but I want to give you an example.
Okay.
You remember when we bought Adebayo? Adebayo was on the bench in Monaco.
Those are exceptions to the rule. So
that is what I'm saying. We need a player like that. Maybe last minute, like Nicolas Bentner. Last minute, we have a corner. We are chasing for a goal and cause confusion.
Okay, don't you think Kai Havertz has that height? And Ateta can say last 15 minutes, we'll move it from 8 to first 9. And he can do a good job, because if you watch Kai Havertz, he knows how to ghost into the box.
Actually, we don't have a problem scoring goals.
He's the midfield and defense. I said it last season. If Sodiba and Thomas were not injured, there's a chance we win the league. We lost the league because of 2 defenders were out. 2 quality defenders were out.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't mind if we swap Nketiah with Balogun.
Balogun is a fraud. I saw Balogun against Brentford. He struggled. Yeah. He's not good. I'm not going to be deceived by what the French league.
I wouldn't mind because the truth is, hopefully, touch wood, Jesus will not get injured that much. You know,
he's not an injury prone player.
Good, so he will play more of the games. Yeah. So definitely, Nketiah will be on the bench.
Yeah, the signing of Kai Havertz.
Let me say this.
Okay.
You see, we've created a certain, let me use the word stigma, about Nketiah. Like, we don't see him as an Arsenal striker, or a lot of people don't.
A lot of people, but I'm very objective. I like to look at the merit of things as they stand. I think with Kai Havertz in that 8th position, Nketiah will score more goals. Because
I'm telling you,
there were positions that Xhaka could not pass the ball to Nketiah. Nketiah is a penalty box striker. If you have Kai Havertz behind him, he'll score more goals.
I was watching one of our games, and I forgot if it was Xhaka, but Nketiah keep pointing.
Exactly.
But he did not see, because of Xhaka is
he turns like a lorry.
You need to put more grease in his
exactly.
And with this kind of flair with Kai,
he will just slot in the ball.
He has I've watched his highlights, especially the Chelsea ones, and you can see he knows how to create space. He knows how to run.
And he knows how to ghost into the box. Like they were even though we know Xhaka is not prolific with his head. Yeah. But he scored two crosses from Trossard last season. I'm like, if you put Kai Havertz in that position, he's scoring 10. You just be ghosting in. He will just be ghosting in.
Yes, because Xhaka missed an opportunity one time with the header, and I was like, no, you should, because it was actually free header, you know. See? So this guy, I'm telling you, yes, when he was at Chelsea, I was part of those people. I was like, I was surprised.
Because you're rivals, you can banter in.
And I don't like Chelsea anyway.
Exactly.
You understand? So, and I was happy they were failing. I don't mind.
Me too. But even though I was bantering Chelsea, I never said Kai Havertz was a flop.
Players I like.
Yeah. Even up to date, Modric that should have come to us and that went there, I don't think is a flop. I just think the system at Chelsea.
He wouldn't. He just need the right coach and the environment needs to change.
Exactly.
And that is Chelsea's environment. We focus on ours. For Arsenal, I think with my message I sent to you, we are on the right path.
Definitely.
We're seriously on the right path. And I don't want to give timeline or time limit, but if we keep supporting and we keep buying, I'm telling you, in probably next season, we just need to add. See what we are doing now? Yes,
just
not
one.
Too big. We pick the opportunity and like the Chomenis and those other players if they become available. You understand? So
okay, let's round up this conversation. Maybe tomorrow we'll do on that stream. I'll talk to you on the back page so we can talk about that. So, what are your expectations for this? As now, it's looking like we're going to sign 3 players. Kai have been confirmed. Rice is going to confirm very soon. Timber is going to confirm very soon. So, what is your minimum target for the quality we've added to the very good team we have already?
Okay, so I would before I answer the question, I will answer with a question first.
Okay.
We as most supporters say, we need to challenge.
Sure.
But if you're challenging for something, it means you might end up not getting what you wanted, but you challenged.
There's context to everything. Yeah, I like
good, and that is what we've done already. That was last season. Aside nobody expecting us to challenge, we did challenge.
Sure.
Yeah. So people say, but last season we failed. So for me, all I want is for us to challenge. We've already challenged. We just came short.
Sure.
And we can put most of the blame on ourselves. We take it. So it's the same. I want to have the same feeling. And this time, hopefully, things go our way and we win.
I think if we have the lucky touchwood of injuries, I think we'll beat Man City to the punch.
Exactly.
I respect Man City, but I don't see this gap that people are saying. I don't see it.
So my expectation is for us to challenge again.
Yeah.
But this time, hopefully, go our stars will shine brighter and we go and then win the league. That's all. But still challenge.
My expectation is that even though, let's say hypothetically we come short of the league, we need to win either the FA Cup or the Carling Cup and do well and progress in Champions League. That's
I don't mention the FA Cup and not that I love trophies,
yeah.
And I know this time around, what apart from the first of 2016 to 2006 to 2014 when we won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
If you look around that time frame, we go to the quarters or the semis or quarters or semis.
Yeah.
And then we started winning it. We won it like continuous and then now.
Yeah, I think it was 2 or 3 at the
Our love for the FA Cup. The FA Cup is ours. We have
that's our bet, right?
Good. So yes, I have a feeling we will win a trophy next year.
We have a good squad.
If we win the Carling Cup, it's okay. It's a trophy I don't think we've ever won it.
We've not won it in 30 years.
Good, since they changed the name. So I don't mind us winning, but I'll not run around with it like
no, not like Manchester United fans.
Thank you. but the thing is, it is also not a given. You understand?
I get
so
it.
So yet, my expectation is for us to do better than we did last season, which we've already challenged.
Yeah.
But my hope is we challenge it till we win it.
Yeah.
You understand? Man City challenge for the what do you call it?
Champions League
for so many years.
Yeah.
For so many years, and finally they won it.
They won it.
You know, season before last season, they bottled it big time, and that is what I call bottle because it was seconds.
Yeah, and they cracked under pressure. They cracked.
So sometimes that is why when we're talking about the word bottle, I didn't like it. I don't like it because if you go through history, clubs have won championship based on just sheer luck.
Like the 1999 United Champions League was pure luck. Pure luck.
Look at the FA Cup we played with them.
Yeah.
It was just a second. Had we, and that is hindsight is always a beautiful thing, yeah. But had we gone back, had we won that game, there was no way.
Yeah.
That season, that league, they won the league with 1 point.
1 point.
Nobody talked about it because we lost against Leeds United.
Yeah, exactly. Harry, was it not Kidwell or whatever his name is? Those.
Thank you. You know, even 2003. When they won the league, the season before we went unbeaten, we should have won a back-to-back.
Exactly.
But we lost against Leeds United.
Played again. So Leeds have actually damaged us a few times.
I'm telling you, that was why that season we smoked them like 4 or 5 or 6. I wanted us to destroy the team, man. It's the same. Like for me, winning is just small margins. It is just margins.
Not all the time. Sometimes it's comprehensive. Like
what I'm saying is like the key moment. Key moment. For instance, City, the Champions League final. You watch it. Yes, they didn't outplay Inter
Milan. Yeah.
But imagine on another day, the
and
chances
Lukaku missing those chances. Lukaku so look how that missed those chances.
The chance he blocked his teammate's chance. On another day, it would have been a goal. But
exactly.
But that is football. That is
fine football. Margins.
Fine margins. Just fine margins. And that is what I'm trying to hope and I'll use the word pray that next season
we have those rub of the green, those fine margins.
Thank you. That's all. That's all we need.
Yeah.
That's all we need. Going forward, that is all we need. With the qualities we are bringing in now, man, Arsenal is bidding 100 and something million for a player.
Yeah,
in my lifetime.
If I look at our backline, Saliba and Gabriel, very underrated in the press. For me, aside from Ruben Diaz and Stones, I don't even think Ruben Diaz and Stones are better than Saliba and Gabriel. Then we now Rice as in the DM, Odegaard as a 10, then Kai 8, then our striker is Jesus, Saka, Martinelli. Come on, that's cooking. That's cooking. That is.
It is just the envy Arsenal brings.
You can't tell me people are not saying that Liverpool will do better than us. How? Based on what? Show me the proof.
Remember when we signed Ramsdale? Yeah. Yes, some of our supporters weren't happy, and opposition fans took advantage and how can you sign a player who has been relegated
twice?
Now they realize we've actually bought a gem of a keeper.
Exactly.
What did they start doing? Oh, we don't like his character.
He's a wine-up merchant. He's winding up people.
Really? He keep winding up people, and Arsenal will never win in any ways.
Nah, you can't win.
If we win, Arsenal wins the Champions League. Yeah.
I'll be shameless. Trust me, I'll be shameless.
If Arsenal wins the Champions League,
I'll be shameless.
I will be shameless too, but they'll still tell us, the time we won it, this time around, they are not great players. They always find something to say.
They move the goalpost. Man, shout out to you for coming.
A lot
through.
of teams they still shit on our invincibles, but look at City. Look at how dominant Liverpool have been. Look at how dominant City have been. None of them. As Les Ferguson said, that invincible team, surpasses every sports achievement.
We didn't lose a game.
And then people say, and they say, but you drew. Okay, if you know how to draw 12,
do it. No, if it's easy, do it.
In a 38 league games, you still draw 12 games, win the red, and you still win the league.
Yeah.
If you know how to do it, or your team knows how to do it. Go and do it.
So thank you for coming through, man. I really enjoy this conversation. I enjoy this conversation.
I've been watching you. I watch your stuff every.
I appreciate you. Because when I started doing content, I knew I won't be for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because I can't. If I pretend to be shameless, I can't do it for a long time because that's not my person. All these, let's come and lie that, Arsenal is not good, or the Kroenkes are the fault. I can't do it because I know the certain people that do those things, they are doing it for the money, like you say. It's just for the money. They don't actually believe what they are saying. They don't believe what they are saying.
It's just the game.
It's a game to them. For me, okay, I want to make money. If it comes, fair. I have a day job, but I don't have that heart. I can't do it.
No, because for me, I also cannot do it the way I want to do it, like the way you are doing it. It's the way I would love to do my thing. Sure. But I have to speak to truth. That is my thing.
Yeah.
And we are in a community that has been created that morals and
no.
does not really work.
It can't work.
You just go with your feelings and you just go and say whatever you want to say. You don't care
what to trigger reactions. People can argue.
And they always say negative news
sells.
Yeah.
Like it sells. Look, is a method the mainstream has laid down. If you look at human nature, we prefer bad news.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But I can't train myself to do that. No, I can't do that.
I would love us to do this constantly.
No, we'll talk behind when I end the stream now. We'll talk and I'll know your schedule, know my schedule. Yeah. We can do it more constantly because I want people. We can disagree. I want people with like minds that can disagree, or we can agree on certain things. But I don't want. Let me just come on the stream and lie that the Kroenkes are the worst people on earth. They are the scum of the earth. No, I can't do that.
No, I can't do that. Sometimes you have to learn to be. At least be truthful to yourself a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah? It's more original and more organic. See, Arteta was never my first choice. But like, I'll give him a chance. But we have some people up to today, they don't still want Arteta. Like, he has proven you wrong. Accept defeat. I did a stream the other day. I said, Jorginho was not my first choice. But I was wrong. My hands are up. I was wrong about Jorginho. He doesn't take anything away from you.
And at the end of the day, this is how I also look at it. You are not the one managing the club. You are not even close to the board to even know the kind of decisions they are making. Yes, from hindsight, from afar, we are trying to put our wishes,
our opinions out.
No, our wishes on the club. So you want to see Arsenal in a certain light,
exactly,
or a certain height, Likewise, me, but we have different opinions.
Yeah. Oh, can we be real? Like, we have to live within reality.
Exactly. So that is where realism comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what you want, maybe you want this nice creamy or pinky shirt. Yeah. I want this shirt. Maybe you want a blue-black shirt. But then that is where we have to go like, okay, so if both of us are looking for something different, how best can we
achieve it?
Come and be in the middle and say, okay. Secondly, man, I keep saying the players Arsenal is signing or they are going after that because they've done their due diligence behind the scenes. None of us as spectators, we are not in the boardroom. So don't go and look at the player who is playing in somebody's team and they are doing what and you by force your club should
sign that. Go signing.
If you're trying because it's not your money, I get that. But If your club is not able, then you go about.
I hate that hypocrisy. You know why? It's not your money. That I hear people say, go and sign. Okay, you have money. Go and pay for exorbitant prices for your gallon of milk, for your cereal. Don't say, there's inflation. No. Go and pay.
Secondly, you can still bring it the money, and I tell you, I'm not taking it because I'm the one selling.
Brighton, Egypt, Brighton.
Let's say I'm selling milk, yeah, and you come and you say, okay, I said my milk is being sold for 150. You come, a Man City agent also come, and I take both your money. I accept your thing, and I said, okay, I'm selling for Man City. Then your supporters are, excuse my language, pissed that you could not make the signing. No, behind closed doors, I have made a decision not to sell to you.
Exactly.
And sometimes that is the context we have to add to our vlogging, you know?
Maybe the public schools have not done their job, and parenting these days is poor. Because I don't understand why people cannot understand simple things. It baffles me sometimes. So, guys, you're watching this on a playback. Please subscribe if you like the content. Like the video. I will appreciate that. I'll be doing more of this kind of stream with my newly acquired acquaintance from my Ghanaian brother. We are both Africans, so you'll be hearing from us more and more. Hopefully,
you're from Nigeria, or
I'm from Nigeria. But I live in the United States.
We are cousins.
Exactly. Even my ex was Ghanaian, so.
Whoa, nice. So, we'll talk more.
So you're still online, guys. We'll be ending this stream live. I will see you guys on the next stream. Hopefully, I'll do a live stream tomorrow, or I'll drop a recorded video. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.